All right, welcome back to Orphans of the American Dream, the post-apocalyptic RPG where each player plays themselves in an alternate universe where the apocalypse has happened. Um, and so last we left off, we're going to leave that in kind of darkness of what happened last because Josh wasn't there last session. And so we're going to kind of let the audience recap through the eyes of Josh figuring out what's going on. But like always, we will start with a flashback.
Like always, he says.
So, yeah, like always, except we did forget once. And then we had that big flashback episode, which we didn't do any flashbacks at the beginning of that episode. So anyway, Josh, do you have a particular like thing that is like the situation, or do you want me to make up like the situation that you find yourself in? So, I told you like the basic of what it is, but like the specifics, I mean.
Right. Nothing is standing out to me as being particularly significant.
Okay. Let's say. See, I had everything thought out, everything planned, except for what is the specifics of this flashback? Let's say you are just at work, and it's a couple of guys that are fighting at work. So I think we get like pre-apocalyptic Josh, and you're at work. Doing your thing, and I think it's a very technical argument. Like two of your coworkers, we see two of your coworkers like off in the distance, and they're fighting over like what to do with the program. They are because obviously you're in the programming industry, and so like you're at your desk, and they're supposed to be working on something together, and they can't agree on it. Would Josh like see that as an opportunity to like go over and like try to like be a mediator, or does Josh just kind of like stay where he is?
Are these two like junior devs who would maybe come to a senior dev like Josh for arbitration in that kind of situation?
If that's the way you wanna do it, yes. Otherwise,
yeah, let's go with that then.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because okay. I think at this point Josh has his headphones on.
Yeah,
turning up his music, like, please don't come to me. I don't want a piece of this.
Yeah.
I have opinions, but I don't want a piece of this right now.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I think they come over, and they like come up behind you, right, and they like tap on your shoulder to get your attention. Because I'm assuming Josh is like, don't come talk to me, don't go talk to me, and you like you know they're coming over, but you're like maybe they're just going somewhere else.
A little bitty mirror on top of my monitors. I can see them walking into my office. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
So one of them like taps you on the shoulder and is like, hey, Josh, we have a bit of a disagreement. So we've been working on this program, and Fred here, and Fred's like, no, it's Joe's fault. Joe's the one that didn't reroute the jeez, I have no idea.
Make something up and I'll roll with it.
I knew that we were going to hit that wall at some point.
I was stalling for as long as possible.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, he's going to have to think of something.
Joe was the one that was supposed to reroute the code. I'm gonna say stuff that's for sure not true at all. And
throw it out there. I'll roll with it. The specifics don't matter.
He's supposed to reroute the code perpendicularly to the other to the format. And then Joe is obviously like, no. We're supposed to go parallel to it. the numbers are supposed to be 1 to 2.
And I assume you talked to sysadmin about what we were actually supposed to do, right? Like, sysadmin gave you that document explaining how all this was laid out. It should be simple enough, right?
I think they both just look at each other and they're like, well, yeah, but and I think they just start arguing over like what the sysadmin said, right? They're like, but he thinks it means this, and I think it means this, and obviously the other guy is like, no, it doesn't mean that because this is the real solution. This is what it was saying, and it's just like, obviously they're just totally seeing past each other, talking past each other, and they're not like listening to the other person.
I think Josh is just kind of sitting there cowed for a minute, like, oh boy, this is they're talking past each other. Neither of them understands. I think I immediately grasp what each one is saying, and they're saying the same thing, but in different ways, and neither can quite step into the framework the other has. And so they would agree if only they would have actually sat down and coded it up. But they're too busy. They're too busy arguing over semantics, and can't see past it. And I think see, the problem with trying to play conflict avoidant characters, suddenly when he's thrust into conflict, now he's got to avoid it. Yeah. I'm trying not to be myself, because I know I would just immediately go to the ticket, point it out, then I would get to the whiteboard and sketch it out. But like, I don't want Josh to do that.
Right.
I'm trying to make him a little more conflict averse.
Well, and you could also say that you used to be not as conflict averse.
I'm trying to go the other direction.
Okay. Oh, sure. Okay, sure.
Well, kind of. I was hoping don't play this out without speaking about it, but then, I don't have any good ideas at the moment, so I'm kind of not chewing on my character in the open for everyone to see. Seafood.
As we do sometimes.
Yeah. I think Josh just lets him go on for a little bit, quietly pulls up the ticket, reads it through a couple of times, pulls up a note doc, or pulls up just a blank document and starts typing out a code snippet. Just like, okay. He architects a quick solution, puts it all together on the page, and it's like, does this work? Is this what you're looking for?
And I think they both just look at each other and they're like, oh, yep, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Okay. Try writing code next time. Maybe it might help. Like, just sit down, bash something out. If it doesn't work, try something different. If you get lost in the weeds of the ticket, then you'll be lost in the weeds and you're getting nowhere.
Yeah. So do you think we'd just cut there then?
I mean, I think we maybe would, as they kind of gratefully leave his office, I think he's got to put his headphones back on and just like, oh boy.
Yeah.
It'd take a moment to be like, yeah, I didn't want that in my day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then, so we get the classic.
I think maybe on kind of one of his other monitors, it's got a window up with like rising tensions and rising global tensions and threats to the world, and like apocalyptic looking warning from news sources.
So actually, it is actually canon that didn't happen.
Oh,
like looking back on it, you guys couldn't point to anything that was like, oh yeah, this nuclear apocalypse was like totally like foreshadowed. It was very much so like out of the blue. So I think we get the opposite of like
7-day forecast, sunny.
Yeah.
Zoom in on day 6 and then the theme song starts.
Yeah. And we get our classic zoom out of the globe, and the globe spins and we see the nukes, and then we zoom in and we get a shot of Josh as he's looking at the bus, and he's like, And really, Josh, I basically just want you to make a crafts roll to see how fast you are able to fix this bus, if at all. And then from there, we can narrate like how that all plays out.
All right. Going into the craft, do I know generally what problems this bus is prone to? Is this something that better question, what's my difficulty?
Difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4. Oh boy.
Yeah,
okay.
It is a beat up bus.
Huh. Well, thankfully I have a +4 in crafts, so let's see what that gets me. Oh, I rolled a +3 for a total of 7. That's epic. So all right on the page. Epic.
Yep.
For a second, I thought you were just saying that, but no, epic is the word.
It's literally epic. Yep. So you definitely succeed with style. So you can tell me how you fix this, and you can also tell me if you like upgrade the bus or like do it inhumanly fast or whatever you want to say.
I think it's a very quick repair because I've been kind of paying attention as it drives the past couple of weeks, listening to the sounds it makes and, watching over the bus driver's shoulder, or like the other day when I was driving it, kind of watching where the RPM goes. And I'm like, I bet you that's a problem with the idler. And I go in there and the idler cable is just not connected. It had come off. So it was a quick case of crimp something back onto the idler cable, rehook it onto its thing, and now it works just fine.
Well, the main reason that the bus was damaged was the tornado. It was left out in the tornado.
Oh,
so it wasn't just an RPM thing, but you can say those things as well. Like you would noticing some things like right away as you're doing diagnostics.
You could say he made it better than it was before, because he.
My option there, Adam, was actually I chose to do it quickly. Chose a quick repair.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Inhumanly fast. Kind of gave me the option of one or the other. So I'm looking at trying to think what kinds of problems could be caused by a tornado and then also fixed quickly.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think is nope, proper tornado damage wouldn't be fixed quickly. Yeah. So maybe I'm just very good at stuff. And I just happen to have a spare windshield in my back pocket.
Yeah, things like that.
Or there was just a car nearby you found that had an intact windshield or a bus or whatever, I don't know.
Or the place that you guys were holed up in, there were definitely electrical parts there.
It was a
and things
bus
like that,
repair shop.
Well, it wasn't a bus repair shop. I mean, we had said it was a power station. Not a power station.
It was an outbuilding at a power station, right?
Yes. Yeah, and so it had electrical parts in it and that kind of a thing. So I think you're doing diagnostics and you know exactly what part is missing and you know exactly what it looks like, and the whole rest of the crew is helping you. So Connor and Emily and Alyssa and Ryan and Clarence, and I think that's all of our side characters that are there left with you. Robbie probably not because his hand is all messed up, but. So you could basically just call out certain parts and be like, Emily, get me this. It looks exactly like this. And you're using all the right metaphors to describe exactly what it is. And it just becomes this assembly line. And you get it all fixed. And then the next part of it is finding out where they went, which I don't think we need to make a roll for, because let's just say that you guys made it obvious where you were going. Because you knew they were going to be following you with the bus, you left clues behind or something like that. Probably you, Jared, because you were riding a granola, so you had the opportunity to toss stuff out very easily.
Just follow the big white tufts of fur stuck to the brambles and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure granola shed's pretty bad. So yeah, Well, except I do think we need to make some sort of drive roll because it's in the forest is where they ended up. So, and Robbie can't be the one that does the drive here.
I mean, so I can make a drive roll. I have a 0 in drive, but I can make a drive roll.
I'm trying to look if there are some NPCs here.
You can make a drive roll, but can you succeed on a drive roll? That's the question.
Exactly.
How many fate points do I need to succeed on a drive roll? Is the question.
That would be the question.
Oh yeah, refresh.
I think it's probably. Oh yeah. You have 3 refresh. I know Jared has 1. And then David, you have 2 refresh, right? And Adam has 3 as well.
Yeah, my fate points are fine.
Okay, and I'll put mine in the corner here. Okay, so I don't see any characters that already have drive, specifically because I knew there was a character who had drive. So why don't you just roll for it? I think we'll make it a difficulty 3, because you know where they're going, and this really isn't like a time sensitive thing as much because they left a trail for you to follow.
Okay.
Let's just see how this ends up though.
Okay. Well, that's a 1.
Okay.
You know what? I can spend a fate point on.
I mean, determination will rise from the ashes is a pretty poignant one.
It's also very versatile, so I might as well spend a fate point on it.
Well, I mean, it just like the bus was all broken down, and you fix it right up, and now we're going on a journey.
Oh, sure.
Determination will quite literally rise from the ashes.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. So I think we get a scene of you pulling up to Jared. We get a shot of like you going through the forest and like finding some side trails and that kind of a thing to try to navigate through it. And you also pass like a village. And I'm sure we get like a little shot of like Connor getting out and being like, "Hey, did you see blah blah blah?" And they like point him in the right direction. And then you keep driving on. And I think Josh, you pull up and you see Jared dragging Helen in through the forest. And I'm sure you like slam on the brakes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna stop the bus clearly.
Okay. How would you react?
I mean,
or do you kind of like?
Can Jared see the bus from here? Like, what's his condition like? Is he shell shocked, or is he just kind of walking?
Yeah, Jared, how do you look?
He's mostly just kind of worried. Like,
yeah.
He feels conflicted.
The boulder.
And he's just trying to, he's just trying to lead Helen away from something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, stop the bus, pull up the doors. You everything all right? Where are the others?
I kind of just like, I'm like, oh man. Yeah, some rough stuff went down.
Where are the others? Do they need help?
And I just like shake it out. I'm like, oh crap. Yeah, Lynn might be dead.
You actually don't know that.
Oh, I saw her get shot in the neck.
But did you though?
Yeah,
I was right next to her when it happened.
Fight.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. You were next to him when it happened. Okay, yeah,
Wait. It kind of
is this interaction after the last scene, or is this like a prequel?
This is after the last scene.
Okay, I was confused there for a second. So that okay.
Well,
pretty soon after
fixing the bus was a prequel, but now we're caught up.
So it did take him it took him at least some time to do the bus, because I was just wondering, because the time we were gone for probably several hours. So
It was longer to find you than anything else.
I think driving to the forest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fixed it at the speed of plot.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right, David. So where did we leave off that conversation?
Is Helen
Jared,
in hysterics or excited?
I don't know, but Jared made a comment about
Lynn dying.
That he might or might not have known, and I don't know that we ever lighted on whether or not that was
he does.
Yeah, I kind of just forgot about it because she seemed like she was fine. Like, oh, that's bad. Where's the doctor?
Emily's like, here. I'm not a doctor. I'm a nurse, but I'm here.
Have all of the sounds of bludgeoning, slicing, and bullets ceased?
Yes.
Oh goodness, there was a whole lot going on. Okay.
Yeah, I just point behind us. I'm like, yeah, she's that way. You should go.
Like, get on the bus. We're going.
Helen just shakes her head, and I think
Clarence, we're going on a road trip.
I'm just like, we're probably gonna need a minute, or well, they're probably gonna.
It's also in the woods, right? So I don't think you could drive there directly.
Oh, is there not
we don't want to drive on an unpaved road during surgery.
Oh.
It'd also be rough.
Yeah.
But Lynn also isn't here yet, so.
That was my thought, is get the whole party to Lynn ASAP.
Right. I'm just not sure if there's a direct.
But if we can't get the bus there, that's fine. I mean, Josh grabs something like a backpack or something.
Yep.
We're going.
It's not very far. It's like maybe a couple minutes. But well, I don't know if you knew that. But Clarence also jumps out of the bus and like comes up to Helen and is just like, Helen?
Is that the dad?
Daughter, are you okay? Yeah, it's her dad. Old guy doctor. And he like puts a hand to Helen, and Helen like shrugs away, like, don't want to be touched right now. And she just like is shell shocked and like just doesn't say anything. And I think probably just like sits down in the leaves, like just on the ground, and is just like shaking. And so you see that as well, Josh. But I'm assuming you just want to take Emily and like just go to where Jared's pointing you to.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Connor doesn't immediately jump into action, Josh is gonna round up some people and we're gonna go to where Jared came from.
I definitely think Connor comes with you. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I would acquire Connor and I'll bring Emily and is Mr. Lang here?
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Lang. That's the one I forgot about. I knew I was forgetting somebody.
Yeah, we'll bring him along too, I guess. And
yeah,
if there's maybe a combat-oriented NPC that we haven't met yet, maybe bring them too, or one that we have but we haven't seen them in a while. I don't remember who all's on the bus still.
Yeah, I'm sure Connor grabs a couple of his other crew members, but the people that we know of as characters, just a real quick recap: Liz is the little girl. Dr. Clarence Marlowe is Helen's father. Dr. Helen Marlowe is the woman, the rocket scientist woman you guys met in the 4th episode. Lynn is the tough
+6 fight girl,
blondie. Yeah, from episode 2, and then
she's going to improve her fight, and we're not going to know who she is anymore.
Yeah, and then there's Mr. Lang, the Aussie who is living out the Aussie stereotype. We've got Ryan. We've got Alyssa, Ryan and Alyssa are married, and then we've got Emily and Connor and Mickey.
Weren't Ryan and Alyssa good at cooking? Is that their thing?
No, they just help cooking.
Okay.
That one on the episode. Yeah, that's not their thing.
I didn't know what their thing was really, so
we haven't touched a lot on their characters yet, which we will do soon.
Yeah, as I said, I don't even remember them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it doesn't really matter who comes along, so long as I'm there and Connor comes along.
Right.
And
yeah.
Emily, yeah.
Oh, and Emily. Yeah.
And Emily.
So,
yes.
so you approach the scene And you see one big cabin in the forest, and then like some other little cabins like around it. And you see, I think probably like 20 to 25 bodies.
Oh my!
On the ground, and David, Caleb, and Liz are all gathered around Lynn, who's on the ground. And what does the scene look like for you guys? I don't. Adam and Gabby are also there, but I don't know if they're gathered around Lynn. I don't know if they've like.
Yeah, they were a few zones away.
Yeah.
How? No, because at the end she just collapsed. Right? They were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the
I don't think at this point he's gone over. So no, not yet.
Yeah, that's
probably might be. He might be like out of like you can't see him, like you don't know he's there. You're just kind of like, and then all of a sudden, so you just can't. You probably can't see him or didn't notice him because we saw them. He's not like right next to him at all. So
yeah,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably trying to do whatever field medicine that I know, field dressing sort of stuff to save her. I feel like of the three of us, I'm probably the person who would know the most about that, given I'm a survivalist. But.
I think in a survivalist context, field dressing means something different.
So what we're gonna do here, because I do want you guys to be the one that make the roll to decide if Lynn is alive or not. I don't think Emily gets there in time.
Yeah.
So it depends on whether you guys can stabilize her or not.
All right. Does David?
I don't know.
It's a 6.
I don't know that there's enough fate points in the world for us to do that.
Well, he said it's a 6.
The difficulty is a 6 because it's a severe consequence.
David, do you have lore?
Yeah. I almost certainly not.
Yours lore is a +0.
And I don't have enough fate points to spend it up from a 0.
Does Liz have lore at all, perchance?
I think so. She has lore at +1.
Perfect. She can give me a +1. That's all I need.
Well, okay. You definitely need to talk about how you're having Liz help you. That definitely
she's putting pressure on the neck, and I can
send the scalpel.
Like, I mean, honestly, what I'm doing, because that's the thing, she's bleeding from her like neck area, right? She got a bullet lodged like dangerously close to an artery.
Jared, do you also come back real quick? Do you also come back to the scene, or are you just consoling Helen?
If Helen allows me, I'm just gonna sit next to her, and Granola kind of like curls up behind her.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I'm having Liz, like, I think immediately after Lynn collapsed, I was just like, oh, crap. And then just, like, try to, put on the brave face, do the relentless leader bit, and then try to give orders, right? So I'm just like,
yeah,
David, like, take a look, see if you can catch that guy that left, make sure nobody else interrupts us. And then, Liz, I need you to put pressure right here. Okay, can you do that for me?
She's like, I don't.
Liz, listen, Lynn is gonna die. Do you want to help save her?
She's just like, yeah.
Okay, I need you to put your hands right here. Okay, press this cloth down. I grab some like bandage out of my, or like a cloth out of my survival kit or whatever.
Yeah, so she definitely comes over and puts her hands on the wound, and then I think she just vomits.
Yeah. And I do a quick like.
I mean, didn't she just like butcher a bunch of people? I feel like.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, she did, and this is a very telling moment for her.
She what?
She killed a guy.
A guy.
She only
just
killed
one.
2, right?
Times like 5.
Well, she killed as many as she could get her hands on.
No, I don't think. Like Jared, there was a whole big like we were shooting people while Jared was tussling with her. I feel like.
I mean, that only lasted like a couple seconds. She sliced my hand as I reached.
I think she killed 2 people during that exchange alone. So.
Right. Well, I probably didn't think about it then. I guess maybe my character is just trying to block it out. Yeah. So I basically just say like.
Yeah, well, so you can't tell if Liz is like oh my goodness, Lynn is bleeding and I'm putting my hands on her wounds and this is like horrifying is why she vomited, or if it's the fact that the scene is settled in and there's bodies everywhere and she just murdered people.
I feel like my character probably thinks it's a mix of both.
Yeah.
So I'm just like pressure, put as much pressure as you possibly can. And then I'm like grabbing out bandages and just trying to like, bandage up her neck, do whatever I need to do to like just stop the bleeding. Just make sure that she doesn't bleed out.
And Jared, I wasn't going to push this in this direction, but I think it is worth it. I think Helen like doesn't want to be around you right now, and she's just like, go. Would you come back to Lynn then with Josh and Emily, or?
I feel part of me wants to go try and get what's his face who escaped, but another part of me feels like that might just make it worse. I probably just go back and I'll go check on you guys.
Okay, so Jared is there too, because there's a couple of things I wanted to put you into for this little scene. So I was trying to figure out a way if I could force you into this situation. But
I mean, that's if you're ever thinking about that, Connor, what you do is you look at his aspects and you compel him.
Yeah. Well,
compel me to leave. Compel me to leave Helen.
No, you're
I stay. I stay in the bus.
Okay, Jared, you stay. You'll be out of the scene. Okay, anyway.
Someone doesn't want to spend his points.
Well, he doesn't want to have to spend.
He doesn't have to spend any. He gets unlimited.
Yeah. I just, it's the principle of the thing. So, Jared, you can decide you're there or not, for free or for free.
I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll be there for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So can I make that lore roll?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, difficulty 6.
Okie dokie. Good thing this isn't Burning Wheel and I don't get die penalties for wounds. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got 3 fate points. Oh, nice. I got a 5.
Wow.
That actually wasn't even that good of a roll for me. Like I could have gotten higher.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just spend a fate point and knock it out of the park here. Let's see. I mean, the weight of the world on my shoulders. Or no, a relentless leader. I already described myself doing this, right? I took charge of the situation as quickly as possible because that's who I am. So spend that fate point. It's now a 7.
What was the difficulty?
6.
Oh, okay.
Caleb, I'm actually going to spend a fate point on your consequences.
Of course. You have a free invoke, by the way. Actually, no. Only the person who gave it to me does. So never mind. You have to spend.
Right. Yeah. Which was me, obviously.
Well, yeah, but it was like an NPC.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spend a fate point on your what is it, gash?
Wow. So it does make my wounds do make this
or stabbed, right?
Yeah.
You are too wounded yourself. Put pressure on this correctly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna spend another fate point, obviously. So weight of the world on my shoulders, right? Like if Lynn dies, like that is gonna hit hard for me. So not gonna let it happen. I am Atlas.
I'm definitely gonna spend a consequence on your other consequence.
Then I'm gonna spend that last fate point. This is not happening. Others are needed to rebuild the world. We need
Connor has more.
We need +6 fight, girl. Let's go.
Connor, the question is, do you want her to die or not?
And you guys with your other fate points, you can't.
I mean, Connor only has 3. Connor has
Caleb to do.
5 fate points in this scene.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So you have 3 left.
I have 3 more. Yeah. Could you guys spend your fate points in return?
Not in this roll, no. So if you want to burn them all right now, you can.
I could, but I don't want to because because you put all of your fate points into it. Like you want this to succeed. I'm not gonna try to decide for you guys.
You just neutered him for the entire.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do actually? Instead of that last one, I'm gonna do brighter past. So I have 1 fate point left. I'm gonna do brighter past, brighter future. Right. My free invoke on that. Right.
I'll let you keep the fate
Thanks.
point. I'd be like,
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I don't want to be a jerk in this scene.
That's good.
But we definitely get this scene where Jared, when you kind of walk over to the scene, dang, oh, part of me does just want to kill her. Ooh. Jared, you walk over to the scene and Lynn looks at you, and she's like coming in and out, and she's kind of like her eyes are kind of closing, and obviously you do the thing of like stay awake, Lynn. We have this classic in every show when you're putting pressure on somebody's wound and they're like fading. You have to make sure they stay awake. I don't know if that's true medical science or not, but it's in TV shows, so we're going with it. And I think she looks at you, Jared, and is just like, I still never got that one-on-one without your shields.
I mean, we could go right now.
Yeah, she kind of laughs and is like, I think I'd still kick your butt.
I mean, rules-wise, she would. Good point. Don't worry, you'll still get your chance.
And she's like, you think so?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. I think I'll let her live. Yeah.
Thank you, merciful Dungeon Master.
Yeah. There were some things. There were some things, and I think I'll let it slide. So I think you stabilize her, and then I think Emily comes in, right? Yeah. And she's like, move, you're doing this all wrong. Yeah. And comes in and it's like, we gotta get the, I'm sure the bullet just went through. I don't think
something like that. Yeah.
Bullet surgery. I don't know if she could, with their tools, could get a bullet out of her neck.
Yeah.
So
from my understanding, it was just
blood
loss that she was suffering from, right? Yeah. Like it was just, she was going to die because she lost too much blood.
Yeah. So
what I probably do is as soon as she comes over, I just like grab Liz, like around the waist, and just like pick her up and just like drag her over and just like, it's okay, sort of a thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna say probably Mickey walks over and is like Liz, I'm so glad you're okay.
Yeah, like just give her a mix.
Yeah. And kind of takes her off to the over to where the bodies aren't, and is just like talking to her, and it's like, you did such a good job of helping Caleb there. And Emily like finishes up your patchwork stuff there, and she like looks at you afterwards as like Connor and Mr. Lang like are carrying her into the bus, and Emily looks at you and is like, actually, you did a pretty good job. You probably saved her life.
Yeah, and I think I'm probably just like sitting on the ground, like head in my hands, just like face down sort of thing, just like, oh, like everything is just weighing me down, and I just kind of like, look up. Yeah, well,
can I do something at this moment before he goes towards the bus? I think my character can I walk fast with a sprained ankle?
If you're hopping.
Yeah, you can.
Just kind of stumbling. I'm not running or anything. I'm just kind of I'm angrily moving towards Caleb right now.
Okay. I mean, so I probably just look up at Emily.
Well, I'm about to say something.
I look up at Emily. I just nod. I just give one nod to what she just said, and then notice that Adam's coming over to me.
Yeah.
And then he's like stomping over, just like enraging. He's holding a sniper rifle, but he's not like pointing it at him.
Stomping over and with every left step, you're just like, ow, ow.
He's like, oh yes, thank you so much, Dr. Caleb. And then he just like grabs the sniper rifle, and I think he's near the bus, and he just Hulk smashes it against the bus, just angrily, just trying to like hit something, and he just kind of like throws it at the bus, and then he's like, now what the heck was that? And he's just like super angry at you, and he's asking questions.
Yes,
thank you so much, Doctor. Now what the heck was that?
Yeah, so I just go back, like I look back down and just head my hands.
We don't do that kind of stuff. That's not who we are. That's who they are.
Yeah, okay. Everybody is like stops what they're doing, right? Like Connor and Mr. Lang like come out of the bus, and they're like, Adam, why did you throw that at the bus? Like everybody's gathering around, right? Like they're all like listening in to what's going on.
Yeah, and
maybe not like physically gathering around, but everybody's watching.
And since David's not at the AFK right now, like I told him to like go check after the guy that ran away, we can assume that he's not immediately in this scene. Which helps not escalate even further.
and then he says, he's like, and if you think, and then like mid sentence, all of a sudden he like hunches over in pain in his brain, and he's like holding his head and kind of like making noises like and then just kind of stumbles into the bus and just kind of like starts pounding the bus, like almost like he's got like a severe migraine, or there's like something in his head, and he just kind of like stumbles to the ground. I'm like kind of like clenching really hard, and then he's not saying anything.
I'm literally just curling into myself.
Yeah. Jared, how are you reacting? Josh, how are you reacting?
So we've arrived at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, I think clearly something horrible just happened here. What's going on? Can I help? Are we still in danger? Try to assess the whole situation.
I feel like if anyone answered, it would be Jared.
They like you could still see him still conflicted. They went a little overboard.
And I stand back up at that point.
By the way, Caleb, like what he's doing, like kind of freaking out. He's having like a fit. It looks like there's something wrong with him. Not like he's just like so upset. Like he's like it looks.
And
like
I probably only realize that now. Yeah, I probably only realize that now when I like get up and then I look. And so I'm about to say something to you, Josh, and then I like frown and then look at you, Adam, and I'm just like, Emily, and then
Emily rushes over and like tends to you. It's like, Adam, are you okay? Do you need some water?
With the neck.
No, she stabilized her, and they put her onto the bus.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. So, well, I think that's where she was, though. So she like runs out and is like, "Who's dying now?"
Yeah, and I just like jerk my head towards Adam. He just grabbed his head and he collapsed.
He's thrashed. He's kind of thrashing around a little bit, just kind of like.
But yeah, so I think Emily is trying to get close to you and like, do you need some water? Like, what do you need? But you're just like, and she's just like hands off. Like,
yeah, okay, I'm gonna go over and like try to. Basically, like bear hug him and just like get him to stop. Be like, Adam.
I think he's not coherent. Like he's not really listening to anything. He's still like struggling, just like as if someone was like attacking his brain.
Hey.
And then I think after like a few seconds, he just kind of like stops and then like opens his eyes, and he looks kind of confused.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, why are you hugging me?"
I think I laugh. Like I can't help but like chuckle slightly in that situation. It breaks some of the tension for me, at least. And I just like slap him on the back and then just get him up, right? Like, and I look back at. Go ahead.
He's like, well, "What are we all standing around for?"
Nobody's told me what's going on, so we're standing around.
Yeah. He just walked onto the bus like nothing happened. He's just like,
Yeah, so I look at you, Josh.
Like completely calm.
Yeah, I don't have time to worry about that right now. So I'm just like, I look at Josh and I just say, they were cannibals. They were gonna. I just stop the sentence there and then just say, after the fight ended, they surrendered. But David didn't accept that.
Is that how you say it?
And then I say that, and I'm obviously going to explain more, but like I stop myself because I just like don't know how to say the rest of it.
And I think David comes back from looking at where the other guy went, and he's like,
I mean, I think
he
Josh's
hears that.
face goes white.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people's faces go white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the last one got away.
Yeah, and everyone just looks at David.
Look is too gentle.
Yeah.
Daggers that are headed his
glare.
direction.
Yeah. So, and then I explain further because I realized that I've just like blamed David for everything, and I I look decidedly at my aspect, the weight of the world on my shoulders, or if there's needs to be a sacrifice, it must be me. And then I look at Josh and I say, they went for their guns right after that, and well, I think we were going to end up executing them anyway.
Did they?
They did.
Did they go for their guns?
They did.
Josh looks at Jared.
I mean, after you started firing, but
So let me double check this in my own brain. Did I start shooting them before they went for their guns? Because it was my impression that David shot, and then they immediately were like, "Whoa, we were going to surrender," and then they went for their guns again, and then I was just like, "All right." That was my impression.
Your exact words were, you and Jared gave each other a look, and then David started firing, and you said, "Well, like I guess we have to then." And so I think it's murky even in your head,
probably,
if they reach for their guns first, or if you just knew that they were going to reach for their guns.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Caleb, I think I want to compel you, and this is kind of a weird compel, but I want to compel you to your aspect, the weight of the world on my shoulders, and give you a moderate consequence to reflect this. But you can.
Well, I already have one.
You can say nah. Oh, a moderate. Oh, yeah, the moderate consequence of stab. Yeah.
What were you going to do there? Like, what was your idea?
I was compelling you to accept a consequence because of how this is affecting you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I didn't have a moderate consequence already, I definitely would. But yeah, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I want to give you that compel because if it's a severe consequence. I don't think that would reflect the nature of what's
it's not a severe
here,
consequence for sure, but okay. But yeah, I mean that's what we explained. Then I'm obviously like I look haunted by it.
And I think Jared, you noticed that Granola is back because you left him with Granola, or you left Granola with Helen. And I think you noticed that Granola is back, and you look over, and Helen is stomping her way after, like up to you guys. And Clarence is like, no, like chasing after her, kind of a thing. And so there's a moment there where you could like intervene and like do something, but Helen is coming to share her peace of mind, basically.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop her.
Yeah.
Okay. Helen walks up, and she gets really close to you, Caleb, and she slaps you.
I take it.
And then she looks over at you, David, and she stomps towards you. Do you react at all?
I mean, I probably just glare at her.
Why don't you roll provoke to see if you like stave
if
her
that
off
glare is enough to keep her away? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll just roll her will, which I don't think is very I
only got a 2. I rolled pretty bad. Or I rolled a 0.
Oh, I didn't give her any skills. I forgot.
I think she has
not a very good doctor. That's a lot of zeros. Everything was a 0 across the board.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You have a fate point.
I think I am going to spend a fate point here on one of her aspects just to draw attention to it. Of actions speak louder than words is one of her aspects, and I'm going to spend a fate point on that and say she still wants to come and smack you.
Okay.
So that's just what she does. She comes up and she smacks you. If you want to say narratively, you stop her, we could just roll for that as well.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, he's not going to take it, but yeah. So she tries to slap him. So is that a fight roll? I take it.
Yeah.
I'll use athletics. He's just going to try and move out of the way. Well, yeah.
6.
he does a backflip over her.
Yeah.
Can't touch this.
Except that's not the soundtrack to the scene at all.
That would completely change the tone.
Oh, yeah.
So you succeed with style, David. Did you want to say you do anything in particular, or is this just...
Do you step back and she falls forward on her face?
What was the thing that she did right before she hit Caleb? Because I was coming back and didn't catch that. Why did she hit Caleb?
She just was stomping over.
That's literally all she did.
Oh, this is
she was over there trembling before, and she just entered the scene and just smacks Caleb and tries to smack you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I probably just move, and the weight of her swing carries her to the ground.
Okay.
Can I roll a catcher like a gentleman?
I mean, yeah, he has this defense reaction stunt. I feel like that's the sort of stuff he does.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I roll my defense?
Well, that's not a skill.
I don't think you need to beat David's athletics. I think you just need to beat a 2.
That's probably with athletics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's not a good one. Okay. Okay. There.
Nice.
Right,
actually, it was a good one.
So you catch her.
Yeah.
And I think Jared, you know that she's not actually mad. Well, no, actually, why don't you roll an empathy? Because to decide how you perceive her reaction to you.
To me catching her? Or
no,
her reaction to David?
Just in general. Difficulty 2, I think.
Can I make this roll too?
Yeah. Zeros are on the board.
You know what? I'm going to spend my fate point.
I was expecting you to, yeah.
Your only fate point?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll protect the innocent.
Yeah.
That one.
I'll protect the innocent from the scum of this world. Okay, David, I'm assuming you're not going to spend a fate point on this.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So David, I think she's just a mystery to you, right? You can
yeah, I'm just frowning at her okay,
yeah.
That was dumb.
Yeah. You can assume that she's mad at you, but you don't understand why exactly. Obviously, you know that she was upset by you guys killing them, but you don't understand why. You just don't read you don't understand her, I guess, in this moment. Right. But Jared, you catch her, and she for a moment is passive about it, and it's just and picked herself back up, but then she pushes you away, and by that empathy roll, you know that she's not mad at you. She just can't deal with the situation right now. Mm-hmm. And so she just pushes you away. She's physical touch. I can't have somebody touch me right now. Mm-hmm. And she gets up and she looks at Liz, and Liz cowers because she's I'm going to get slapped next. And Helen just notices that that's her reaction. And she's just
and realizes this is the exact opposite thing I should have done in this situation. I just proved to her might makes right. This is what she's acting out on right now. She's you did something bad, so I'm going to hit you. Oof.
Yeah. And she's just oh no. And I think Liz like looks to you, David, for like reassurance or like, what do I do? She just looks at you in desperation. Like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do right now. Do you like say anything or do anything? And it's very obvious that Helen is not going to go slap Liz, just in case that was your question next.
No, right. Yeah, I mean, he'll pause for a second and then he'll just walk over and be like, "You did good, kid." It's like ruffle her hair and then probably go try and find the. Wait, did they bring the bus?
It's a few minutes away, but
okay.
Yeah, so you don't know that, I guess.
Yeah, then I guess I'll just say that because there's nowhere to go yet. So
you just say, "Where's the bus?"
Yeah. Probably turned into like, so what's the situation with the bus?
Helen is dumbfounded. She jaw open. She's like, and she just screams, "You just killed all our people, and now you just want to know where the bus is?"
Connor, you kind of cut out there because you were very loud.
Yeah, your mic muted you basically. Yeah. Or it dropped. I think I heard screams. You killed all those people and now you don't know where the bus is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means I can't do those moments.
Yeah. It's like he just shrugs like, "Do you want to stick around here?"
And then I think Helen just like stares for a little bit and she almost reaches her hand to like smack you again, but she like thinks better of it. And she looks at you, Jared, and she's just like, "Aren't you going to do something about this?" And Jared, I would like to compel you. The big three shall perish. And she just asked you to. You
to
are
kill
going
David?
to yes.
But then I'd have to kill the kid and I'd have to kill Caleb.
I think in your head you can say, for them it was self-defense. It was a murky area. But for David it wasn't. And you can say, "I don't think my character would do this."
I don't think he would, because he's extremely conflicted on what he feels about this whole thing. Because he knows they needed to die, but he doesn't understand why the way that they did it bothers him yet.
Okay. Oh, I forgot that was what you guys established. So there is some. So she just says that. She's just like, "Aren't you going to do anything about this?"
You want me to kill all of them?
She's like, and she pointedly looks at Liz and then looks back to you and is like, "No, obviously not. Murder is wrong." And she's like, "But there has to be, you guys." And she just like looks around at everybody like, I am in a place of madness. And she's just like, "You guys can't just kill people all the time." And she just like points to the body as like, "Look at what you've done." And I think we just get a shot of like the grim scene that this is, with bodies that are just torn to shreds.
I think I finally just snap and I turn on her and I just say, "Listen here."
Josh gets right in the middle between you, stares you dead in the face. What on this earth makes this okay?
Yeah, and
if they were surrendering, they were surrendering. We don't kill innocents. As a matter of policy.
Just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, he knows. I know what the argument he's making. Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure Josh's character do you? I'm sorry, I didn't want to.
No, you're good. Like you do know that, like in character, Josh, that they were cannibals, right? That You heard that?
That was mentioned.
Okay. Just making sure.
The more salient fact was that they surrendered.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I knew what you were trying to say, but I just want to make sure.
I don't know. I didn't know if we had told them or not yet.
Got it.
Actually, I think Caleb, you did mention that at the beginning.
I did the cannibals. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
What makes you judge, jury, and executioner of everybody's dreams, their lives, their dreams? I'm not defending cannibals here, but I am asking you to look good and hard at what's around you. And I want you to tell me that this is a good thing that you have done. Think good and hard on that answer.
Yeah, and there's like a few flickering like emotions that are going past on my face right now, where it's like, you know, I'm starting to get angry at some certain things that you're saying, and I'm like about to like talk back and be like, no, but listen, this, and then, but by the time you get finished with the spiel, I've just kind of gotten a little bug-eyed and like the haunted expression comes over my face, and I'm just like trying to think back through all this, like everything that happened, and I realized that really the reason I did that was so that David wouldn't have to bear all of that. Right?
Yeah.
It was totally wrong of me to do it, but in my twisted sense of like compassion for David, it was like, I don't want him to be the one that everyone tackles, like piles on when this is all said and done. Right? I like the weight of the world on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
but do you
I don't, right? I just am staring into nothing.
Yeah.
And just like don't know what to say.
While you hesitate, like David walks up and is like, do you see
you go sit right back down on the bus, sir.
I wasn't.
You don't get words right now. You don't get words right now. You go sit on the bus.
I'm like, Dave,
I don't not have breath for you right now.
I'm like, David, just don't say anything right now. We'll talk about this later.
I see. That's an intelligent way to argue.
Listen. And I finally like get my words. I'm like, listen, this is not the time to have this conversation. Everyone is going to stop talking, and we are going to step away. We are going to bring this up later. We are going to have a conversation about it, but it will not be now. Everyone on the bus. And I just like trudged back through the forest toward the buses.
I think everybody is okay with that. Obviously, like Liz comes with you, David, like sticks close by you. But I think Helen turns to you, Jared, and just starts asking you. And I think we get a shot of like this happening in the background as everybody's moving to the bus. But Helen turns to you and it's like, are we just gonna like not talk about this? Like, I need to talk about this right now.
I understand, and we do need to talk about this, but I don't even know how I feel about this yet. They were cannibals, and they tried to murder Liz, and they needed to die. I don't know what else we could have done. I'm just like stuttering, and
I think at that, Helen shuts down to even you. And I think she looks towards Josh and is like, this is the only sane person in the room right now. And comes over to Josh. And she doesn't say anything to you, Josh. She just sticks close to you. Like Liz is sticking close to David. Like she feels just like more comfortable around you. And she just like, it's like her skin is just like crawling being around these people. And so she's just like sticking closer to you. And she doesn't say anything. It's just like, she's just by you. As you like, I'm assuming everybody gets on the bus. Does anybody not get on the bus?
I think Josh is going to take a couple of minutes to walk around and to witness what happened here.
Yeah. Do you want to make like an investigate roll? Is this like Josh trying to figure stuff out, or is this just Josh like narratively absorbing the scene?
Like, is he trying to actually like CSI the crap out of this and be like, what actually happened here? Or is this just emotional catharsis?
I don't know y'all to be liars.
Yeah.
Y'all would have. You told the truth about the hardest part here.
Yeah.
So, like, you're not exactly going to lie about You didn't lie about what you did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go all CSI trying to figure out what happened because I know what happened. You told me what happened. It's obvious what happened by looking around. I know your handiwork.
Yeah.
I just need a little bit of time to understand how I'm even going to respond to this. Like, and I think it would necessarily be fair for me to dump my own internal monologue on Helen, but if she's sticking around, I think walk
she
around
starts,
and see.
Yeah, I think she.
And I'm going to be muttering to myself the whole time, just kind of like every time.
Yeah.
Come to a place and nothing here, and we leave nothing behind but death and ashes. Do they not see what they leave in their wake? Broken dreams, broken places, broken families.
You know what's...
And always they walk out of it thinking, gee, we did a good thing here. And I've not been bothered by it before, and it was a tribe of cannibals.
Yeah.
And this is what gets me. This is what I finally see.
Yeah.
Who am I spending my time with?
What's so interesting about that internal monologue there is, like, I feel like that's like all of the campaigns we've played together, this same theme gets brought up. But the thing about Orphans is that we dig up those themes really heavily in a way that we just don't in the other campaigns, because there's a level of separation. But this is like getting the real nitty gritty.
And in the other campaigns, like, who wants to really talk about the philosophy of other players as murder hobos?
Yes, exactly.
Like, part of the fun of the other campaigns is being those murder hobos. Not today.
So
okay, we get to dwell on this.
Yes.
A couple of notes there. Helen starts to follow you, and then when she realizes that you're like gonna like walk around by the dead bodies, she can't follow you, but she waits for you. And probably hearing a little bit of your inner monologue, but not enough to like
make a comment,
understand it fully or comment on it. Yeah.
Okay.
But then also, Caleb wanted to point out when Josh was saying to you, he said to like broken dreams, like that definitely hits you odd.
I knew when Josh the character said that, I knew exactly what he meant, and it hit me right in the feels. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I just wanted to point that out because there are no broken dreams here right now, but he's referring to Helen and Clarence and pulling them away from the rocket. Okay. I wanted to point that out, and for our audience in case they don't remember everything that happened in episode 4. But yeah, that is, that was such a good moment. That was amazing. So I think we're going to cut there probably, to you guys on the bus, and it is the quietest bus ride ever. And I think, we haven't established anything about anything about like what season it is, but I think it's, I think you guys look out the windows and it like is starting to snow a little bit, and it's like not sticking to the ground, but it's just like a reminder of like, winter's coming.
Yeah.
Starting to get cold, and just to establish that narratively. And I thought it would be such a beautiful shot of just a super quiet bus in the snow. Or super quiet bus ride in the snow. And who is driving?
Oh, right. That's true. Yeah.
Let's just say Connor.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. That was going to be my suggestion. Like, Josh ain't driving right now.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm probably real quick. I'm probably in this bus scene. I'm probably like way in the back, and I am with my like dogs, and we haven't really seen a whole lot of them in this in Orphans yet, but like my
Oh,
two
yeah.
huskies, I'm just like using them as therapy dogs right now. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
I need love, help me.
Yeah. Yeah, I always forget about them.
Summer and winter.
I'll try to. Yeah. Yep. One of them is getting closer. But I think we should probably take a break here then, if you guys are done with that. As I kind of set up the next scene. So stick around. We'll be right back with some more Orphans of the American Dream. When we come back, we'll find out what happens when the entire party is at ends.
At odds?
Odds. Yeah.
I had to think through that
At
for a
odds with each
second.
other.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Yeah.